Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Adam Pearce's frustration reached new heights on the most recent episode of Raw, in which he issued a stern warning to Nick Aldis about the Bloodline 2.0's actions. This frustration began during the opening of Monday Night Raw, where Jimmy USO extended an invitation to Jey USO to appear on SmackDown. Later, Solo Sikoa arrived with his faction and attempted to attack the Usos, but was unsuccessful. After they were driven out of the ring, Adam Pearce appeared with security to push back the Bloodline 2.0. Following this, the Raw general manager called Nick Aldis, urging him to control his roster, as while the Usos were not a problem, Bloodline 2.0's actions were unacceptable. As a result, it's possible that the Raw GM could impose a ban on Jacob Fatu from Crown Jewel as a potential punishment. A Bloodline 6-man tag team match is rumored to take place at the Saudi Arabia show, though the Bloodline 2.0's participants have yet to be confirmed. Given Fatu's recent actions on Raw, he could be banned from Crown Jewel as a way of holding him accountable. This ban would prevent Jacob from interfering in the match, especially if it involves a showdown between Solo Sikoa and the Tongans against the OG Bloodline. Punishing Jacob Fatu could solidify Adam Pearce's authority as Raw general manager, demonstrating that he will not tolerate disruptions from the Bloodline 2.0. This also highlights his perseverance after the faction's interference cost Jey USO the Intercontinental Championship last week. Overall, this storyline will be intriguing to follow, as Pearce's warning to Aldis could have significant consequences for both Raw and SmackDown. What else can Adam Pearce do after giving a warning to Nick Aldis on Raw? Beyond punishing Jacob Fatu for the Bloodline 2.0's actions on Raw, the Red Brand's general manager could impose a ban on the entire faction. This could unfold if Nick Aldis confronts Pearce on the upcoming SmackDown, leading to Pearce issuing a complete ban on Solo Sikoa's Bloodline faction. The suspension might be limited to a few months or, potentially, an indefinite period. Additionally, trading Jey USO to SmackDown could be a compelling option, as he's accepted the invitation to appear on the Blue brand this week. By sending the YEET Master to Friday nights, Adam Pearce could close the chapter of the Bloodline storyline on Raw, effectively transferring the saga to SmackDown. This would ultimately make the feud Aldis's responsibility. It remains to be seen what steps Adam Pearce will take to restore order on Monday nights after the Bloodline 2.0's disruptive actions. The roar of the WWE Universe echoed through the arena as Monday Night Raw reached its peak. The superstars had already showcased their incredible athleticism and skill, but one particular 32-year-old WWE superstar was causing chaos both inside and outside the ring. His actions had been reckless, his temper volatile, and his defiance of WWE management unacceptable. Adam Pearce, WWE's authoritative figure and director of operations, had a decision to make, and it would not be easy. The ramifications of his choice could affect the course of the entire WWE landscape, especially with Crown Jewel on the horizon. The superstar at the heart of the controversy. The 32-year-old in question was none other than Seth Rollins, a former WWE Universal Champion and one of the most talented and charismatic wrestlers the company had ever seen. Rollins had recently been embroiled in a feud with several top superstars, and his temper had reached a boiling point. During a heated segment on Raw, Rollins had verbally attacked management, accusing them of favoring others over him. He demanded more opportunities, more spotlight, and more power. A particularly unsettling incident occurred when Rollins locked eyes with Adam Pearce during an in-ring confrontation and made a veiled threat toward the WWE official. Pearce, however, did not cower. He stood his ground, but Rollins' unpredictable behavior had crossed the line. Adam Pearce's dilemma. Pearce had worked in WWE for years, but this was a situation he had never quite encountered before. He had always been able to manage the egos of superstars, enforce order, and ensure that the show went on. However, Rollins' actions were not only disrespectful but a direct challenge to his authority. The issue was more than a simple temper tantrum, it was a direct act of insubordination and violence that threatened to undermine the entire WWE hierarchy. Crown Jewel was just around the corner, one of WWE's biggest international events of the year, and Rollins was slated for a major match against none other than Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship. This match had been highly anticipated by fans around the world, and the stakes were incredibly high. The last thing Pearce needed was for Rollins to continue his reckless behavior, especially with such a monumental event looming. Pearce was faced with a tough decision: punish Rollins to send a message to the locker room, or allow him to compete at Crown Jewel despite his actions. Pearce knew that letting Rollins off lightly could send the wrong message, leading to further chaos within WWE. On the other hand, banning Rollins from Crown Jewel could spark a backlash from both the WWE Universe and the superstars in the locker room, many of whom admired Rollins' raw talent and intensity. After hours of deliberation, Pearce made his decision. The announcement. The next week on Raw, the tension was palpable. The crowd was on edge, waiting to see how Pearce would handle Rollins' disruptive actions. The arena darkened, and Pearce's music hit, signaling that he was about to address the situation. As Pearce made his way to the ring, the WWE Universe was buzzing with anticipation. He climbed the steps, grabbed the microphone, and stood at the center of the squared circle. His presence was commanding, and the crowd fell silent as he prepared to speak. Ladies and gentlemen, the actions of one 32-year-old WWE superstar have gone beyond what this company will tolerate, Pearce began. Seth Rollins has not only disrespected the management but the entire WWE universe. His behavior on Monday Night Raw was unacceptable, and I will not stand for it. The fans reacted with mixed emotions. Some cheered, while others booed, knowing Rollins was a fan favorite. Pearce continued, his voice stern and resolute. Rollins' outbursts, his attacks on colleagues, and his disrespect toward me and WWE management cannot go unpunished. He has created a hostile environment, and I cannot allow that to continue, especially with Crown Jewel just around the corner. The fans were on the edge of their seats as Pearce paused for dramatic effect. Therefore, he said, I am announcing that Seth Rollins will be banned from competing at Crown Jewel. The arena erupted into shock. A mix of boos and stunned silence spread through the crowd. No one had expected Pearce to take such drastic action, especially considering Rollins' star power. I will not stand by and allow one man to disrupt the entire organization, Pearce continued. But make no mistake, Rollins will be held accountable for his actions. He will be given an opportunity to earn his way back into the WWE spotlight, but it will be on WWE's terms, not his. The punishment and its aftermath. As the news of Rollins' banishment spread through the WWE locker room, the reactions were mixed.